We join you live at Memorial Stadium for the Pinnacle Event. Number 1 Westside taking on number 3 Elkhorn South. I am Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my color commentators Mason Steinhoff and Connor Schmidt, and this is going to be a phenomenal matchup. On one side, we have the Westside Warriors draped in the all-black today, and they are looking to cap off a perfect campaign and potentially one of the best resumes we've ever seen for a Nebraska high school football team. On the other side, in the all-white, the Elkhorn South Storm, coming off a massive upset against Millard South last week, look to get one of the biggest upsets of all time in the state championship today. It is going to be a phenomenal matchup. We are live here in Lincoln, Nebraska to bring it to you, so do not go away. Let's start off with you, Mason. What do you see in this matchup?
Yeah, Westside, a team that's literally taking care of everyone on their schedule with ease and by a giant margin leading up to this point today. They're here to two-peat a state title back-to-back years, and Elkhorn South is going to have to play pretty darn close to perfect if they want to knock off defending champs and favorites to win it all again. And like we've seen in the sport of football plenty of times, a great place to be in is to be the underdog. Shockers are bound to be imminent, but we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, Connor, what do you got on this one?
Kind of like what Mason said, Westside's defense has been historical this season. They've posted 7 shutouts, only letting 3.8 points per game on the season. Their closest victory was 31-14 against Millard South. I think if Westside plays some great defense, they can win this game without a problem.
Yeah, both teams getting ready to get on the field. First off, Elkhorn South, led by their star running back, Brayden. And he's a guy that needs to get going for him. And really, that was the reason why they won against Millard South last week, is he got going in the second half, and it was the races from there. He is one of the biggest playmakers in all of Nebraska, and in order for them to pull an upset, he has got to come up clutch. That's my X factor for this matchup. Mason, who is your X factor for Elkhorn South or for Westside?
So I got the quarterback, Manny Riggs, for Elkhorn South, and that's a player who stepped up in a big way, obviously, after the Carson Runner injury. He's just a reactive quarterback and a quick thinker, and he shows that ability to get the ball out fast with adjustments and angle delivery. If he can play to a point that's good enough, I think Elkhorn South may make this game a little more interesting than it may seem to people.
Yeah, Manny Riggs has really came on as of late, especially in the postseason, so that's a good X-Factor pick. So, Connor, what do you have for either Elkhorn South or Westside as their X-Factor?
Yeah, I'm going the other side. I'm going to go with the Warriors. I'm going to go Anthony Breezak, their quarterback. He has 42 total touchdowns on the season, only 3 picks, 72.5% completion. I think if that guy can get the ball in the air, I think he's going to have a great chance with this game.
Yeah, Anthony Breezak, one of the greatest quarterbacks we've seen in recent memory. A guy who's still uncommitted. Anybody who gets that talent are going to be better off as a college program. So, guy we should watch out for. Hey, he might even go to Nebraska as a walk-on. So, hopefully he has a big game today for West. I know their fans are expecting it. Looking at the student sections of both sides, everybody showed up. West Side looks like their theme is a blackout. Student section all the way up here at Memorial Stadium, and the same thing for Elkhorn South. They're doing a whiteout on their side, and it looks like all of Elkhorn is here supporting. Very loud. The bands are here, and kickoff is about to be underway in about 6 or 7 minutes. So we're going to take a very quick break here on Millard South Media for the pledge, and we will get underway. Kickoff in about 6 minutes. Do not go away. Elkhorn South walks out after all of their names being announced, and they're firing up the crowd. And now it is time for Westside to do their part. The number 1 seed, 12-0 going into this matchup. And there again, the fans riled up. Starting off with number 1 Caleb Banning. Again, we will be live in about 5 minutes for kickoff. And Westside now does their part. They walk out at the 50-yard line, the red end here at Memorial Stadium. 2.5 minutes until kickoff. We'll get the national anthem here, and then it will be all ready to start. Do not go away. Class A action in a bit. And here we go. Getting underway here at Memorial Stadium. Pregame is now over. And both teams ready to take the field. Man, this is going to be a great one. This is going to be a great one. One for the ages, folks. Again, Westside in the all black. Black pants, black helmet, black shirt. And then the other side, Elkhorn South, wearing the all white with, of course, their gold helmet.
Class A state football in the state of Nebraska doesn't get much better than this.
And if you're just joining us, I'm Wilson Dittman doing play-by-play. Of course, we have Mason Steinhoff and Connor Schmidt doing color. And then, again, we keep talking about this game. This has been the Pinnacle Event. It's been everybody's been talking about this for about 10 days now. The refs having a little bit of meeting at the 50-yard line. This game's a little bit delayed to start off. And now it looks like the teams are ready to take the field. Elkhorn South going to kick this one off, and Westside will receive to start off this ball game.
Westside is a very versatile offense. Anthony Resmag, Jamez Ross, averaging almost 50 points per game on the season.
Yeah, averaging 50 points per game, but really the impressive thing about them is they only give up 5 on average defensively. Man, this is a stifling defense. We've seen it all year long. That's something they need to get going again today against Elkhorn South, especially against their rushing attack. Both teams take the field, and the refs are finally going to let them play. Here we go. Caleb Benning back to return for Westside, the lethal return man, committed to Nebraska.
Guy who's arguably considered one of the best players in the entire state, if not the best.
Brody Parks, the kickoff man for Elkhorn South. Ball at the 40-yard line. There is light wind that really went down today. And here we go, ready to kick this off. And the kick is off. This game has started. Class A state championship here on Millard South Media. It was returned by Caleb Benning. He's cutting inside, and he'll get down at the 30-yard line. Great burst by the commit of Nebraska. And that is where Westside will start, right at that 30-yard line.
Good tackle there by Devin Mayer, getting him down before he broke free.
And now the quarterback for Westside, Anthony Rizak, the greatest quarterback we've seen in a long time in this state. And he commands his offense. Looking for another state title today in the backfield. Jamez Ross, he is a stud, man. He is a stud, and hopefully he comes through for him as well.
Yeah, Anthony Rizak, 29 touchdown passes, only 3 picks on the season.
Shotgun look here on the first snap of the game. Trips to the far side, Jamez Ross in the backfield. Snap to Rizak, screen pass, caught on the outside, now cuts it back in. He'll get a gain of about 9. That was caught by Caleb Benning, and they're already getting him going. Westside already going tempo. They've been doing this all year long. Want to get the defense off balance. Same look, trips to the far side. Would not be surprised to see if they give it to Jamez Ross here. Snap to Rizak, another screen pass. Gets the first down along the outside, and then gets upended right around that midfield marker. First down and 10 at the 47. That was Keenan Cotton on the catch, another lethal receiver. This is a deep receiver core for Westside. Shotgun look like it has been to start off this game. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Jamez Ross again in the backfield. They'll get off to him. Trying to find a hole inside. He does. Makes one man miss. Makes another. Fighting for that first down marker, and they're going to give it to him. Now inside Elkhorn South territory. And this Warrior offense already making it look easy.
Elkhorn South needs to keep playing the good defense. They've pretty much played the entire season. The only real fluke they have there was their 33-0 loss to Millard South.
And then they later got that victory last week. I mean, this is a team that's getting better as the season goes on. Rizak keeps himself on a quarterback keeper. Gets a gain of about 5 right up the middle. We'll sub a second down and 5 inside the 40-yard line.
In talking about Anthony Rizak more, he's got a strong arm and his accuracy is close, spot on perfect. And he can score off his legs whenever he wants to. Just an awesome leader at this offense and good at controlling the tempo.
Yeah, he's a guy who can kill you with his arm, but more importantly, his legs.
Yep, those zone reads.
Trevor Spady now in the game at tight end. A little fake to Ross. They'll give it off to the outside to Cotton. And that's a first down and a gain of 5 after that. A little out route by Keenan Cotton. They like to do those concepts. They just do a nice out route, wide open, and Keenan Cotton, one of the more shifty receivers in the state. He makes a pay.
And a great example of Anthony Rizak to give his fair share of reps to the playmakers around him because he's got a lot.
First down and 10. Snap to Rizak. He's going to drop back to pass. Rolling right, trying to survey the field. Looks like he's going to take it himself now along the outside. Has a burst of about 6 yards before he's tripped up by the Elkhorn South defender.
Yeah, excellent job by Rizak there, kind of reading the field, realizing nobody was open and just taking off.
And really, I think he should have tucked that a little earlier. He was surveying a bit too long. It seemed to me once he left the pocket, he should have just ran that. He might still be running into the end zone. Ball now marked at the 22-yard line. Snap to Rizak. Little screen pass over to Caleb Benning. Gets the first down barely. And I think the refs are actually going to call him short. So a little bit of a bad spot. I thought he clearly reached for it. But they'll mark him a yard short. So 3rd down and 1 at the 18-yard line. This would be a huge stop for Elkhorn South. Westside going quick. Snap to Rizak. He keeps himself right in the middle. Gets the first down and 2 yards more. Marked at the 15-yard line. Ethan Duda on the tackle, one of the more athletic linebackers on the squad for Elkhorn South. Snap to Rizak now, gives up to Jamez Ross up the middle. And he is drugged down, but he's carrying a couple Elkhorn South defenders with him. It looked to me like they were going to get him for a loss of about 1, but he drags him for an extra 5. So when it's all said and done, it's now a 2nd down and 5 in the red zone at the 10-yard line.
And Jamez Ross, another big name on this offense. When you want a great example of what Harbert looks like, he's the guy to look to.
2nd down and 5. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap to Rizak. Gives off to Jamez Ross up the middle, fighting for that first down marker, but he will be considerably short. Another good play by the D-line of Elkhorn South. 3rd down and 3 now at the 8. This has been a dominating drive for Westside to start off this ball game. But this would be a huge momentum killer if the Storm could get a stop here on 3rd. Here we go. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Trevor Spady in at tight end, Jamez Ross in at running back. We'll see if they give it to him or maybe Anthony Rizak keeps himself. Snap to Rizak. He pitches off to Ross on the left-hand side. Makes one miss. Now cuts it inside, and he is going to be short. 2 yards short of the line to gain. Got a gain of 1. And that will set up a 4th down and 2. Decision time for Coach Lamongi of Westside. Mason, what do you do right now if you are the Warriors?
I just do what they've been doing all year long, and that's playing aggressive. Make the aggressive decision.
And that's a good call.
Get on the scoreboard right away.
That's a good call. They are keeping the offense on. So big play already in this ball game. 4th down and 2 at the 7-yard line. Rizak in the shotgun. They'll give the snap to him. He keeps himself up the middle, gets the first down and more, fighting for the pylon. He will be a yard short. Right up the middle by Anthony Rizak. And Elkhorn South not ready for it. Westside trying to go tempo now. Heavy set look. They'll go out to the running back, Brady Gawk. And he's in. Touchdown for Westside. They strike first here in Memorial Stadium. Just a dominating drive. Excuse me, that was Robert Ryan, the 3rd string running back who got that in for a touchdown.
And all around, just Westside doing what Westside does best.
PAT, good snap, good hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 now here at Memorial Stadium. A 6-minute drive is capped off by a Warrior touchdown. And now it's up for Elkhorn South to respond. How do you do so, Connor?
If I'm Elkhorn South, you got to get your playmakers the ball like we were kind of saying earlier.
Yeah, give your playmakers the ball. See what you can do for Brady Boskett, your best player on offense. He has been a stud for you. Mason, what have you seen out there?
Well, I've seen just another example of how dominant Westside has been all season long. They're one of the best teams all time. Just showing it again on that drive. You like to see Elkhorn South come out firing too on offense.
So we just checked our stats here. That was Robert Ryan's first carry of the season, and that was his first touchdown of the season. That's a good way to get it started. First carry in the state title game. He takes it right up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown. Both teams retaking the field here. Westside ready to boot this one away. Boskett is back to return for the Storm, and Ryan Kugler will be your kickoff man for Westside. Again, both teams brought their entire student section, their entire fan base. Phenomenal attendance, and that's what you would expect here for the Class A finale. Here we go. Ready to kick this one off. 7-0 already. It's a low kick, but it'll make it almost to the end zone. It's going to be returned by Boskin right up the middle. Go to the 20, cuts it back inside the 25, and he'll get down at the 27. Trying to spin off a man, but Westside sure tackling, and they bring him down.
Yeah, I think if Busquets shifts a little bit to the left there, he might have taken all the way to the house. You know, he had a lot of green right in front of him.
And that'll bring out the quarterback for Elkhorn South, Madden Riggs. And he has been phenomenal ever since he replaced quarterback 1 in the preseason, Carson Ronner. Let's see if he can have a big game today.
Madden Riggs, 962 passing yards on the season.
First snap goes to Boskin right up the middle on a shotgun look. And Westside's all over it. Bo Ryan in on the tackle.
Bo Ryan, one of the best defensive players on this team, 78 tackles on the year.
And quick shout out to Bo Ryan. Went to elementary school with him. That guy was a stud back then. I like to think that our recess football games crafted him into the linebacker he is today. That'll set up a second down and 10, gain of nothing. Ball at the 27-yard line. Shotgun look. Snap to Riggs. Play action pass. He's going to drop back. Plenty of time in the pocket. Now steps up. Fires over the field. Picked up. Picked up by Westside. They're going to go for a touchdown. That's Christian Jones. And he takes it all the way for a pick 6.
Just not something you want to see from Madden Riggs. He has many weapons on the offensive side of the ball around him to use for his arsenal. Just threw it straight to the defender there.
Yeah, he just overthrew his running back, Brady Basket, in the flat. Went right into the lap of Christian Jones. He just walked into the end zone. Pick 6. Wow, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, good job by Christian Jones. Kind of hang back, read the quarterback's eyes, look exactly where the ball was going, and just be in the right spot.
PAT crew is on. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-0 already here in Memorial Stadium. And now it's time for Elkhorn South to do something about it. I mean, again, that's not a way you want to start this ball game, especially for momentum purposes. Madden Riggs is a guy who struggled a little bit with confidence. A pick 6 on the first play. Man, you've got to hope that your young quarterback can be filled with a little bit of confidence in this next drive.
Yeah, that's Madden Riggs' 7th interception of the season. Not what you want to see at the start of this championship game.
We're going to take a very quick break here on Millard South Media. And welcome back after our short break. Very quick, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Erickson Cedarstrom, providing you 55 years of legal excellence. Please contact them over at Erickson Cedarstrom. Westside, after the pick 6, are ready to kick this off to Brady Basket in the Elkhorn South Storm. Going against the wind, but it'll make it all the way in the end zone. It'll be returned by the Storm. And nope, it'll just be fair caught. Well, they'll start off at the 20-yard line. And you've got to wonder what the philosophy will be for this offense. Guy Rosenberg has historically sticked with the running game, and I got to think that's what he does now, especially with your all-pro back.
And then Madden Riggs, your quarterback, being the dual threat player he is, he's got long strides with his footwork when he runs, and he's quick in the open field. And he's shown that he can create separation. We have yet to see that tonight.
Shotgun look here. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Pitches off to Brady Basket on the right-hand side. Makes one man miss, but Westside swarms so quick. That was R.J. Eckhart who made the play on him. That'll be a gain of nothing. And R.J. Eckhart, he is a guy who's came up huge for him. He leads their team in sacks. He's a menace in the run game along with the pass game. He just made a great play, read that to perfection, and met him at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. They'll get off the Basket up the middle. Now cuts to the left-hand side, and again, Westside's all over it. Guess who? R.J. Eckhart makes another great play on the football. I mean, he has been everywhere to start off this ball game. Again, read that very well when Brady Basket countered to the left-hand side. He was there stride for stride. Another gain of nothing, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 10 at Elkhorn South's own 20-yard line. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Manor Riggs takes a snap, pitches off to Brady Basket, no, fakes it. Now looks down the field, fires, contested coverage, jump ball, that's caught! That's caught on the right-hand side of the field by their all-pro wide receiver. That's number 4, Aiden Scratus, who had a big game last week against Millard South. Westside now in Elkhorn South now in Westside territory at the 47-yard line.
Just a great job of elevating his body and high pointing that football to bring it in.
And that was, a great pass by Madden Riggs. That's a way to get confidence back in your young quarterback. Snap to Riggs, he'll play action pass, rolling to the left-hand side, trying to find something. Now fires down the field in contested coverage. The player falls down. Elkhorn South doesn't like it. They think there should be a flag. I think it's close. A good no call, more likely than not. Hand fighting down the field on Ethan Duda. Again, Elkhorn South doesn't like it. I think that was a good no call. Let him play.
Yeah, I agree that both players are getting really choppy with each other. You're never going to call that.
So no, a 2nd down and 10. Shotgun look. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap to Riggs. They'll get up to Boska up the middle. And Westside's all over their D-line. Swarmed to the football. Elkhorn South got a gain of about 1. 3rd and long once again for the Storm offense. And you've got to even think, is this 4-down territory now into Westside territory? They're trying to get it right now. They're not even trying to think about that. Snap to Riggs. They'll get up to Boskin. They'll play action pass. Play time in the pocket. Now fires to the open in middle field and just overthrows Ethan Duda. He wanted a PI, and he's not going to get it. For the 2nd time in a row, Ethan Duda was being grabbed. That one might have been called.
Yeah, I don't think the ref saw enough contact to really make that call. Although it was very close, I agree.
And he was wide open across the middle of the field. I just think holding was being done before they got that football to him, and he was behind that pass.
Still very good vision downfield by Riggs.
So now the punting crew will come on. Despite Elkhorn South being in Westside territory, they will decide to play the field position game and punt it off to the Warriors. Good snap. That one's booted to Caleb Benning on the other end. Along that right-hand sideline, and it's shanked. It'll get out of bounds, marked at the 20. So that is where Westside will take over after already having a 14-0 lead, and now the story is, how can Elkhorn South respond defensively, get a stop, get the ball back to their offense? You do not want this one to be ugly.
Yeah, and I like that decision there by Elkhorn South to punt the ball the way. You know, you kind of want to make Westside work as hard as possible for the next touchdown.
So media timeout here. Timeout about 1, and we're going to take a quick break with them. When we come back, Westside will take over at the 24-yard line. And welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. Millard South Media live in Lincoln, Nebraska for this Class A finale. Westside taking over at their own 24-yard line after a 14-0 start. They went down the field on their first drive and they had a pick 6 on Elkhorn South's first drive. And they'll start off here. First snap goes to Anthony Rezak, and he is sacked by the Storm. A great play was made, looks like by number 64 of Elkhorn South. He got to the quarterback right away. That's Carson Hazinski, and he made a great play. So now, after the big stop there on first down, it's second down and 17. Trips to the far side, snap over to Rizak, screen pass, slants over to the middle, and it'll be a gain of about 10. They wiped that off the scoreboard, or excuse me, wiped that off the play sheet. So they're right around that first down marker.
There's number 24, Trevor Spady, on the reception there.
He's a guy they love to get involved at that tight end spot. Now a third down and 2. Shotgun look. Jamez Ross in the backfield. Anthony Rizek in at quarterback. They give the snap to him. Slant right over the middle to Spady again. That's caught for a first down. But the ball is out. Elkhorn South says they have it, and they do. They punch the ball out after the catch, and the Storm fall on top of it. And that is another stand by this defense looking to get back in this ball game.
Huge break there for Elkhorn South's offense. Gives them another chance in Westside territory to try and make this a closer game.
Or excuse me, was not punched out. It was punched out mid-air. He never had control of it. Punched out, went up in the air, and picked off by Elkhorn South. Just went right in the lap and fell on top of it. That was a huge break, like you just said, Connor. And now the Storm, they're going to have the football at the 36-yard line of Westside. Got to go down and score here.
And those are plays that can cause huge momentum shifts.
Shotgun look. They'll give it right up the middle to their running back. The play is stopped dead, however. Timeout on the field. And it'll be Elkhorn South. They're burning a timeout here. Surprising move. I just don't think they were sure of the play call. So Guy Rosenberg will talk to his team. And, man, he's got to be fired up. Get some life into these guys after a huge pick. And now it's the offense's time to deliver. Westside on the other end, they've been stifling on defense all year, giving up an average of only 5 points a game. RJ Eckhart has already made his presence felt with 2 TFLs, and on the other side of things as well, Christian Jones with the pick 6. He's a stud, 4-star recruit being recruited all over the country. Nebraska, Notre Dame, USC. This guy, I mean, he will be a great player at the next level. Both teams getting talked to by their coaches. And real quick, I'd like to thank everybody who is tuning into this broadcast, who was tuned in previously to the Class C1, C2, or the Class B broadcast last night. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing to you these games on Millard South Media, and we will be back for basketball season for all Millard South content, and then we will get to state basketball and do the exact same thing around that time. We'll have all the games for the boys and girls state championships. You don't want to miss that, but again, thank you to everybody who's tuned in, and do not go away in this one for sure. 14-0, but Elkhorn South driving. They're going to make this one interesting. First down and 10. Elkhorn South now takes the field. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brady Basket in at running back. They'll pitch it off to him. Nope, Riggs keeps himself with a fake pitch. And they're all over it on Westside. Loss of about 1. And that was red right away. Now under 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Elkhorn South getting the call from the sideline, letting the clock drain. And now gets set. Gavin Shanahan now in at running back for Brady Basket. In the shotgun look. They'll get up to him right up the middle. Has room to run. Gets a gain of about 5 until he's upended by Bo Ryan. And that'll set up a third down and manageable for this Storm offense.
Storm's offense definitely very capable of putting up points this game. They averaged 37 points per game on the season.
Third down and 6. Shotgun look. Matt Riggs fakes it, and he'll throw right up the middle, and it's dropped by number 1. That's Brady Boska at that wide receiver spot. He just dropped that football. It's placed right on a dime on a slant. It dropped to the ground. You've got to think that's why you're playing a running back, not wide receiver.
So the West Side defense not being fooled so far this drive.
4th down and 6. Decision time for Guy Rosenberg. He opts to keep the offense on the field. 4th down. Shotgun look. Gavin Shanahan still at a running back. They won't give it to him. Madden Riggs driving back to pass. Playing time in the pocket. Now fires to the end zone. And it's dropped to the ground. Westside got a hand on it. Looks like that was Keenan Cotton. Should have honestly picked that football, but it drops to the ground. Excuse me, that was Teddy Rezak who made a great play on that football at his safety spot. And Keenan Cotton was also in on the play. So now 1st down and 10 for Westside after getting a stop on 4th down. Westside in that shotgun look like they have been all season long. They'll go out to Rezak, who cuts to the left-hand side, gets the 1st down, and he's still running along the 50, now in Elkhorn South territory, and he's drugged down at the 45. Jamez Ross with great burst. He sees a small hole by his offensive line and shoots through it.
Absolute beast mode run there by Jamez Ross. Over 1,400 yards on the season now. Averages 116 per game.
Yep. And a player that's got all the traits a running back should have. His instincts and elusiveness in particular really stand out.
Westside now in Elkhorn South territory. Rezak takes a snap, rolling to his right, now fires down the field. That's caught by Christian Jones, except, he drops it right at the end. His eyes were ahead of his hands, and that ball drops to the ground. There is a flag in the meantime in the backfield, and Westside thinks it's on Elkhorn South, perhaps a roughing. We'll see what this flag is about. It is indeed a roughing on Elkhorn South. That is a huge break for this Warrior team.
Yeah, that was number 8, Ethan Duda.
And sooner or later, I'm all for refs calling that, and I think it's a very, 50-50 call. But they made it very clear in the first couple drives that they weren't going to call those tic-tac penalties, especially when Westside was going down the field and was holding on to Ethan Duda specifically. On a PI, they didn't call, but this one they do. So you got to be more consistent there, refs.
Yeah, I think it was because he kind of rolled over with him after the play.
Screen pass over to Caleb Benning, makes one man miss, gets a gain of about 7, fighting for that 1st down marker, and after it's all done, he gets a gain of about 9. They have made an effort to get Caleb Benning going early.
Caleb Benning, the Nebraska pledge, and arguably, like I was saying earlier, the best player in the state. Guy who was born an athlete.
So now a 2nd down and 1 at the 20-yard line. Westside's driving, now in the red zone. Refs stop it dead before the snap gets off. I think there's a timeout on the Westside side. Or excuse me, that is the end of the first quarter. Clock runs to all zeros, and the score is 14-0. And it's been all Warriors so far. And Elkhorn South has just got to get a stop here, get some momentum, and get back in this ballgame. We're going to take a very quick break with them here at Millard South Media. Do not go away. We'll be right back for the 2nd quarter. And welcome back to Millard South Media. Second quarter underway here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Westside already has the 14-0 lead, and they're driving on the Storm defense. At the 20-yard line of the Storm, it's second down and 1. Shotgun look here for Westside. Anthony Rizak is their quarterback. Jamez Ross in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap to Rizak. He'll go to right in the middle. Jamez Ross makes one man miss, gets the first down marker, and gets about 1 more yard for the first down.
Yep, tackle by number 69, Cooper Perrion.
Cooper Perrion's a guy who had a big game last week against Millard South. He is a dude who really needs to come up huge, especially in the pass department. Get to the quarterback a couple times. Westside going tempo. Same look. Christian Jones moves up to the right-hand side. They give it out to Rizak again. Excuse me, that's Jamez Ross. And Jamez Ross gets a gain of about 5 right up the middle. And this O-line already doing a great job of the Warriors really pushing back the Storm front. Ball is marked now at the Storm's 13-yard line. Westside encroaching upon the south end zone. Shotgun look. Trips to the far side, 1 receiver to the near. Snap to Rizak. Keeps himself right in the middle on the Zion quarterback keeper. Gets the first down. Gets inside the 5, and he'll be down at the 4. There is a flag down in the meantime. And this one more likely will go on Westside. It will. Holding penalty. So wipe that first down off the board. It will be now a second down and 15 from the 23-yard line.
That tackle was made again by Cooper Perrion, but of course it'll come back now due to the penalty.
Officially announce it. And yep, that is a little bit of a break there for this Storm defense. Have got to get off the field. They feel good about their defense, especially after last week, but not a great start for them. Snap to Rizak. Play action. Now fires over the field. Trevor Spady on the left-hand side. Breaks one tackle. Now on the outside. Cuts it back in. He gets the first down. Marked at that 7-yard line. Trevor Spady made a great play on his legs and basically stiff-armed a man to get inside the 10. And the sticks are moved. First down and goal.
Yeah, push out of bounds by McCorder. Gozer, good job by him, kind of saving the touchdown there for the Storm.
Yeah, and Elkhorn South brought in the blitz there, and that left the Westside receiver wide open.
First down and 6. Trips to the near side. Rizak takes a snap. He keeps himself right up the middle. He gets a gain of about 3 before he is met by Elkhorn South. We'll see the official spot, and they will mark him at the 4-yard line. So second down and goal from there.
He's tackled by 61 Ashton Murphy, who currently leads the Storm in tackles.
And another Nebraska commit. There is a plethora of commits to the university on this team. They're taking a look at the field they're going to play on next year. Westside getting the call from the sideline.
Elkhorn South showing some fight on the defensive front.
Heavy set look. Rizak gives off to Ross. He's going to the right-hand side. Speeds over a man. Now going for the pylon. And he will be short. Drug out of bounds at that 2-yard line.
Nice job of the Storm defense to set the edge there, not letting them, not allowing Ross to get around them.
It was Aiden Stratus on the tackle.
Third down and goal. Heavy set look. Snap to Rizak. He'll keep himself right up the middle. Dives for it. He'll get in. Westside with another touchdown here at Memorial. And the lead is now 20-zip.
This is Rizak's 14th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yep, the QB run's a big reason why they got here today and why they've been so dominant in the past.
Yeah, that zone read just worked to perfection. They had the Elkhorn South defensive line fooled, and Rizak does arrest, dives for that end zone line, and gets in with ease. PAT is up and good, but there is a flag down. And that will likely be a false start. Yep, false start on Westside, so that'll back them up 5 yards and make the PAT a little harder.
Yeah, it'll push William Bowerly back. We'll see if he can make it from a little further away.
So now about a 25-yard PAT. Low snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. In for Westside, and now the score is 21-zip. Here Memorial, Elkhorn South has got to go down the field and have a response. Mason, how do they do that?
Well, I think you have to run the ball here. You got Brady Bousquet, one of the best players on this team as your running back. He had a great game against Millard South when he got going in the fourth quarter. And the running attack is going to be the key for whoever wins tonight. If Elkhorn South can't get that ground game going, they're going to have a tough time getting out of their own way.
Yeah, they have really, in that running department, they've been struggling so far. Only 5 yards on the ground. Brady Bousquet, 5 runs, 0 yards. So he has got to get going on the other side of things. Their offense, only 1 completion. Matt Riggs is 1 for 6. And that was just a jump ball over to their top receiver, Aiden Stratus. Both teams retaking the field. Westside ready to boot this one off. This kickoff will go with the wind. The wind has died down considerably since the start of the day here. It's a lot more impactful for these C1 and C2 games. Now just a light south breeze.
Yeah, it currently feels like 34 degrees down here in Memorial Stadium.
And we've been saying this all week. It's football weather. It's football weather right around Thanksgiving. That's how you want it to be.
Yep. Football weather in Nebraska.
Ball marked at the 40-yard line, and that's where Will Bowerly will kick this one off for the Warriors. Brady Bousquet back there to return. It's a low kickoff. He'll take it at the 5-yard line. The 15-20, Westside corral. He breaks one tackle, and now he'll get down at the 29-yard line. So that is where Madden Riggs and his offense will start off for their third drive.
That was number 22, Gavin Shanahan, on the return for the Storm.
And another one of these elusive backs that Elkhorn South likes to utilize. He was their running back 1 at the start of the year with Brady Bousquet out with injury. Offense takes the field. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end in the ball game. Brady Bousquet in that running back. Snap to Riggs. Play action pass, a little screen over there. Dropped. Just off his fingertips. That was intended for Ty Nielsen. Again, another chance of you're looking a little bit ahead, maybe thinking about that tackle that was about to happen on him, that he didn't corral the football.
Yeah, a bit of a wobbly pass there. I think it probably just slipped out of Riggs' hands as he was throwing it.
Yeah. Just can't get excited too early.
The conditions are not too bad today. Been dry for the most part. Yesterday, really rainy here at Memorial. They're lucky that's not the case. Motion pre-snap by Luke Hawkinson. They'll get it right to the middle to Brady Bousquet. Breaks one tackle, now cuts inside. Gets a gain of about 5.
Brady Bousquet running with a low center of gravity there, which makes it way harder to tackle him. Just a physical type of back.
Yeah, one of the best running backs in all of Class A, averaging 120 yards a game and 16 touchdowns. He's been phenomenal. 3rd down and 6 for Elkhorn South. Shotgun look, snap to Riggs. They'll get out to Bousquet up the middle. Makes one man miss and a juke, fighting for that first down marker, but he'll be about 2 yards short. Good job on his feet, though, to make one Westside guy fall down. And now another decision to make if you're Elkhorn South. The ball is spotted at their own 37-yard line. It'll be a 4th down and 2. Will Guy Rogensenberg choose to go for it and stay aggressive? And it looks like he will not. The punting crew will enter the game.
Elkhorn South's offense running a lot of fake handoffs so far in this game. I think they're going to have to get a little more creative than that if they want to start putting points on the board.
I'm not in love with the decision for them to punt this football. Sooner or later, you've got to put points on the scoreboard against Westside. And right now, Westside's offense has been looking unbeatable. Went down and scored both times and had a pick 6. It's a lot to ask of your defense. It's a high punt over to Caleb Benny. He'll take it himself on the right sideline. Now cutting to the left, trying to find any hole, and he'll be down at their own 40-yard line, and that's where this offense will start off.
And it's like I said earlier, I think Elkhorn South just wants to make Westside work as hard as possible for any score that they're going to end up getting.
Looking at this offense, it has been domination so far for the Warriors. Anthony Rizak 7 for 8, and he has been good on his legs as well. Jamez Ross already with 50 yards on the ground, and man, they've got to stop him as well. Westside now takes the field, trips to the near side, shotgun look like it has been all game. Jamez Ross in the backfield. They're going to toss it over to one of their wide receivers. It'll be a gain of about 8 on a little bit of a jet sweep action. That's Brody Gok, their running back, who's lined up as a wide receiver and takes that jet sweep. So now a 2nd down and 3 right at midfield at the 47-yard line. Ball is spotted right by that Nebraska logo. Same look offensively, trips to the near side, shotgun look, Jamez Ross in the backfield. Rizak will take it up the middle this time, get into Elkhorn South territory, 1st down and all.
Yeah, almost the exact same play twice, just instead this time Rizak keeps it, takes it up the middle himself.
And that's the great thing about this Westside offense. They have a bunch of variations of the same play call that can be very, very confusing for an opposing defense. Clock is running, already 6 minutes left to go here in this first half. It's been all Westside so far.
Elkhorn South's defense in a 3-4 package.
2 receivers to the left, to the right. Rizak takes a snap, screen pass over to his receiver on the left-hand side. He is met right away by a defensive back on the Elkhorn South side. And he laid the hammer, and he's getting his bench fired up. He just read that to perfection. A little screen pass. And man, he made him pay.
Yeah, RJ Eckhart will get met by Ashton Murphy.
Now 2nd down and 10 at the 46-yard line. Rizak gives it right in the middle. Jamez Ross, he is met by a couple Elkhorn South defenders, but not before he gets a gain of about 2.
Yeah, and that play was almost blown up again by Ashton Murphy, just barely didn't make the shoelace tackle.
Now at the 44-yard line, 3rd down and 8. The Storm defense has got to get off the field. Now or never already. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far. Snap to Rizak, he's going to drop back to pass. Pass rush coming after him. Now fires down the field to a man and just overthrows his receiver, Keenan Kahn, on the left-hand sideline. And now the punting crew, no hesitation, comes on the field for the Warriors.
Yeah, good coverage there by Chase Williamson, but like you said, the ball was just overthrown.
4th down now. And again, the punting crew on the field for the Warriors. Watch out for a fake. We've seen that a couple times this year. This would be the spot to do it in Elkhorn South territory. 2 return men back there for the Storm. Will Bowerly is your punter. Low snap, but he will boot it. It's a high kick with the wind. And Elkhorn South looks like they fair catch that right at the 5-yard line. He went back to fair catch. I thought he should have let that one go. That probably would have bounced right into the end zone. But a little bit of an unwise decision by number 4, that's Aiden Stratus, to fair catch that football and give his offense pretty horrendous field position on this drive.
Yeah, I agree. If he would have let it go, it would have hit right in front of the end zone and bounced out. Interesting decision there to run back, like you said, and field it.
And that's, as a punt returner, you learned that in middle school even. You got to know where you are on the field. If you are inside the 10, even inside the 5, let that one go every single time. Elkhorn South takes the field offensively, down 3 touchdowns. They are looking to get on the scoreboard and have anything positive to talk about in the locker room. Snap to Riggs. They'll get it right up the middle to their running back, Bosquet. Gain of about 4. And that'll set up a 2nd down and 7. They spot it. And you've got to see if Elkhorn South will start going to the passing game more. That's what happened against Millard South in the semifinals. The running game was not working, but once Madden Riggs started dropping back more, it opened up lanes in the running game and allowed Brady Busk to get going. Play action pass now. Madden Riggs looking over the field, fires. Contact is made and flags come out. Was looking for Ethan Duda, and this time he was just hammered. And the flags come out right away. No question about it. That will go on Westside.
Yeah, looks like they'll call that on Preston Okafor.
Another Nebraska commit. Refs have still yet to make an official decision, but that will give Elkhorn South the first down. So originally the ball was at the 8-yard line. After the PI, they will be marked at the 23 with a first down.
So the penalty kind of helping the Storm get out of what was awful field position. Still with the ways to go, though.
4 minutes 20. They'll get it right up the middle to the running back basket. Now they'll go to the left-hand side. Breaks one tackle, and then it'll get met by Westside for a gain of about 5. And that was actually Gavin Sutko, the third-string running back, the guy they like to get involved any way possible. There is a face mask. Flag went down late, and they called it immediately. Face mask on Westside. So really, this Elkhorn South offense has gotten bailed out on 2 consecutive plays.
Yeah, 2 big blows there for Westside's defense. You know, minimum mistakes all season for them. Then you have 2 in a row right here on this drive.
And what's interesting is how often Elkhorn South is switching up their running back, really a running back by committee approach. And you'd think with an all-pro running back like Brady Boskett, they would stick with their guy. Shotgun look now on the first down. Ball marked at the 42-yard line. They have trouble with the snap. Ball is on the ground. And Westside thinks they have it. That never went to the quarterback. We need to see an instant replay of what just happened. It looked like the center might have had the ball hit his leg. It never went to Madden Riggs.
He never picked up the ball. He just, when he goes to pick it up, he just muffs it forward.
Wow, I have never seen anything like that before. The center did not snap the football, but in fact just tries to push it back to Madden Riggs, and Westside just falls on top of it. What a play.
Huge blow for Elkhorn South's offense, but like you said, I've never seen anything like that before in football.
So now after 2 consecutive penalties, Westside takes over.
And it looks like they're going to call a false start on the offense.
This has been one of the more sloppy first halves we've seen from the Warriors all year long. Generally a very disciplined team, but honestly it doesn't impact the score at all. Only 21-0.
A lot of ups and downs for Westside just now. 2 penalties in a row, then a turnover, then another penalty.
So first down and 15 in Elkhorn South territory. Snap to Rezak. He'll get it right up the middle to his running back, Jamez Ross. Trying to get near that original line of scrimmage, and he will. The gain of 5 is allowed to set up a second down and 10. Now inside 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Live here in Memorial Stadium. It's been all Westside. Pistol look now for the Warriors. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Motion pre-snap by Christian Jones. They'll pitch it off to Jamez Ross on the left-hand side. Now cuts it back in. Jukes one man, jukes another. And now the Storm corral him, but not after he gets a gain of about 2.
Yeah, does a great job there. Breaks 2 tackles, then is eventually tackled by Devin Meyer.
Third down and 8 now at the Elkhorn South 38-yard line. The Storm trying to get off the field, not necessarily in field goal range for Will Bowerly. This would be huge to get off the field for the Storm. Westside trying to keep their drive alive. Snap to Rezak. Play action pass, rolling to right, scanning the field. Now fires to the left-hand side. Jamez Ross is wide open. Breaks a tackle and goes out of bounds at the 25. First down and 10. Wow. And they were not ready for him. He faked the play action. He was wide open. And honestly, they're lucky he didn't get in for 6.
Yep, just not a player you can leave wide open.
You don't usually see a whole lot of Jamez Ross in the receiving game, but when you do, he is always making big plays.
Yeah, Jamez Ross, great downfield vision when he has the ball.
So now first down and 10 for Westside at the 25. Snap to Rezak. He'll keep himself on the middle. This time it's read perfectly by the D-line of Elkhorn South. They met him immediately.
That was number 88, Devin Meyer, again making a big play.
So that will be a loss of 2, second down and 12 now. Two minutes left to go here in the first half. Westside trying to get some more points on the scoreboard before they get to the locker rooms. Snap to Rezak. It's going to drop back to pass. Pass rush is getting there. Now fires over the field. And now it's picked off. Picked off by number 2 of Elkhorn South. Now cutting inside. He's at the 20, still up. Breaks a tackle, and he will get down at the 20-yard line. Ty Nielsen made a great play on the football, and he gets a big stop for the Storm.
Just an absolute ball hawk of a play, too. Great at realizing the space around him.
And credit to the Elkhorn South defensive line. They got to Rezak immediately. Felt like he just had to get that football out and makes a poor decision to throw over the middle of the field in contested coverage. And Ty Nielsen jumps up for it. He plays offense, too, and that's the reason why he made a great play and got the INT. Now with 1 minute 50 left here in this first half, Elkhorn South takes over deep in their own territory. Snap to Madden Riggs in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Fires over the middle of the field. Risky pass. Looks like he was just spiking it down. Nothing was there, and Westside, honestly, almost got a hand on it.
And I think if not they got a hand on it, I think they got some fingers on it, too.
Yeah, almost picked off there by number 49, Blake Kiefer.
So now second down and 10 at Elkhorn South's own 20. Shotgun look again. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Snap to Riggs. Looking off to Buska up the middle, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage by Westside.
That play is blown up by number 33, Nicholas Anglem.
Now the Storm offense in risk of having another 3 and out, and they're just going to take a timeout to get the play call right. We'll keep it right here on Millard South Media. Guys, what have you seen out there in this first half? It's been all Westside, but how can Elkhorn South even come back?
I think if Madden Rakes can kind of get more comfortable in the passing game, that's how they're going to win this game. But rushing just hasn't been going very well for them. Like you said, they didn't have a whole lot of rushing yards earlier in this game. They don't have a whole lot right now. I think if Madden Rakes can start passing consistently, that's how Elkhorn South is going to take this game back.
Yeah, Madden Riggs, a player that has the size, and he has that extra height. When he adds that to his throws, it's a high release point. Like I've said a lot, he has many weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You've got to just use them for your arsenal.
Yeah, this defense for Elkhorn South has came up for them when it matters. I don't think it's a question on that side of the football. Like we were just talking about, it's a question about if this offense could come through. They're going to need to score a lot in this second half to even make it competitive. Both teams retaking the field. Ball at their own 20-yard line. It's third down and 10. Storm trying to keep their drive alive. They'll just give it right up the middle to their running back, Bosket. Interesting play call, only a gain of 3. And now you have no choice but to punt this football away. Conservative.
Yeah, I don't like that decision. You'd think they'd maybe try and run a different play, put some points on the board, especially going in the halftime in a few minutes here.
And you can't even argue that they wanted to run the clock because now Westside takes a timeout. That's their second timeout of the half, and they're going to have this clock stopped, and they'll get the football back with about 1:10 to see if Anthony Rezak can put a drive together coming off of his INT.
And it looks like Elkhorn South still has their offense huddled up right now. I highly doubt they're going to go for it on 4th and 7 here, though.
And it should be noted, I mean, Anthony Rizak's been phenomenal today, but he's been having some low lows as well. The highs are high, the lows are low. Already 2 INTs, one of them not really his fault, but the other one just threw it into double coverage. Absolutely, that one deserved to be picked off. 2 INTs. I mean, we should get a statistician on that. When was the last time he ever threw 2 INTs in one ball game? Not too much in his high school career. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he only had 3 total picks on the season coming into this game, like I was saying earlier.
Punter is back for Elkhorn South. Looks like, yep, they will indeed boot it away. Caleb Benning back at their own 45 to return. Good snap to the punter. That's a high booming kick against the wind. Caleb Benning going back. He's not going to take it. Takes an awkward bounce, and it will go down at the 46-yard line of Westside, and that is where they'll take over with 1:13 left to go here in this first half.
Westside currently rolling right now, maybe looking to put one more score on the board before going into halftime.
In Elkhorn South, I feel like you're just asking too much of your defense when your offense hasn't done anything. Let's see if they can get in a stop and at least have some momentum going into halftime that can maybe fuel them a comeback when we get to the third quarter. 5 wide look for Rizak here on first down. Trips on the near side, 2 receivers to the far. Rizak takes a snap, pitches it off to his running back in the flat on a little bit of an out route. And that's a gain of about 5.
Yeah, I like this decision here by Westside. Put your players on the outside, get them out of bounds, try and get up the field, get one more score.
5 wide look again. Gain of 3. Jamez Ross in at wide receiver. Rizak takes the snap, fires on a little bit of a comeback route. That's a first down and 10, caught by Keenan Cotton on the left-hand sideline. Yeah, so that was quick. Westside now already in Storm territory.
Yeah, Elkhorn South needs to play in that zone a little bit better. When you're going 5 wide like that, you know they're gonna release the ball quick.
Westside keeping it with the 5 wide. Rizak all alone in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Surveying the field. Now fires in the middle field. Wide open to Christian Jones. He's on 10. 5 tripped up at the 4-yard line. He was wide open right across the middle. And Elkhorn South just didn't account for him.
Yeah, great tackle there by Ty Nelson to save the touchdown for the South defense.
And Christian Jones, a 6'3", 210-pound monster. He has offers from teams like Notre Dame and Oklahoma. Show him what he's made of.
Westside going quick. They give it up to their quarterback right up the middle, and he's in. Anthony Rizak with a quarterback keeper. And they extend their lead. Wow, they make it look real easy. A 30-second drive of about 60 yards. And they extend their lead to 4 touchdowns here at Memorial Stadium before halftime. He can be so lethal. He has a great burst at that quarterback spot. Right when they snap the football on those quarterback draws, he takes it all the way. Good snap, good hold. The PAT is up, and it is true. 28-0 is your score here with 48 seconds left to go in the first half. It'll be interesting to see, guys, whether or not Elkhorn South goes aggressive when they touch the football or whether they just take a knee and decide to regroup at halftime.
I think the best decision for them is to try and go aggressive. You know, you have 2 timeouts. You have a quarterback who can get the ball down the field. I think their best option is to try and get anything on the board to make that second half a little bit easier.
Both teams regrouping on their sidelines have yet to take the field. This has been about everything we've expected so far. Westside, on paper, is one of the greatest teams to ever touch the turf in Nebraska high school football history. We thought that maybe Elkhorn South could play spoiler and make this thing interesting, but Westside has said no to that. Been phenomenal so far. Both teams now taking the field. Shanahan and Busquet back there to return. Will Bowerly will be your kickoff man for Westside. Ball marked at the 40-yard line. This kick is going with that south breeze. Teams getting set. Ball marked on that right hash mark. high kickoff, maybe a pooch kick. Recovered by Elkhorn South, now cutting it back inside the 25. Still up, breaks the tackle, now going from left-hand side of the field. Stiff arms him in, he'll go out of the 40-yard line. We'll see who that was on the return. That was a pooch kick, went to a guy who normally should not touch the football on the kickoffs. Went all the way from the right sideline to the left and has a return of about 15 to set up Elkhorn South in prime field position.
Yeah, and the returner is number 34, Jaden Sutko.
And that's their third string running back they really like. He is an athlete.
Yep.
So now the conversation, whether or not they should stay aggressive, makes it very clear and obvious now. Yep, they're going to try to get some points on the scoreboard now and go aggressive at their own 40-yard line. Heavy set look, two receivers to the left-hand side, none on the right. Riggs drops back to pass, nope, he gives it off to Brady Boskett. Makes one-man miss, now cutting inside and gets him a gain of about 6. Elkhorn South has 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Clock is running. They're not using one in the meantime. They've got to go quick here.
And Brady Boskett had room on that far side over there.
I can't believe Elkhorn South has not taken a timeout. Clock is now at 15 seconds. Riggs finally takes a snap. Screen pass over to a man, and it's just dropped. Dropped again. Same thing we saw earlier in this game. Looks like that was intended for number 4, Stratus. Or nope, that was Luke Hawkinson.
Yeah, Westside's D kind of blew up that play, kind of botched the throw up for Riggs.
So now, due to the fact they did not take a timeout, 9 seconds are left on a 3rd down and 3, ball at midfield at the 47. Can you get into field goal range on time? That is the question. I think they might just want to set up for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, and I think Coach Rosenberg kind of knew that they weren't going to get any points, and that's why they weren't calling a timeout.
Snap to Riggs in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass in the play action. Scanning the field. Has plenty of time in the pocket. Now fires in the middle. And that is caught right at the 38-yard line. Timeout on the field. That's Luke Hawkinson with the catch. There is 3 seconds remaining. Decision time for Elkhorn South. You are a little bit out of field goal range. It looks to be, about a 55-yarder. I have yet to really see a high school kicker kick something like that, so pretty much a guaranteed Hail Mary situation with 3 seconds left. Timeout on the field by Elkhorn South to stop that clock. They're regrouping their guys, getting the play call ready. And we keep talking about momentum. We keep talking about confidence. Get some points on the scoreboard any way possible. Get to the end of the playbook, see what you have, and try to get in that end zone. Westside on their end trying to go into halftime, pitching a shutout. Their defense has been phenomenal, especially their defensive line, specifically R.J. Eckhart, who's been getting to the quarterback and the running back all day already. So both teams take the field. Shotgun look for Elkhorn South at the 38-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 3 seconds left to go. They've got to throw it up to the end zone. Snap to Riggs. Driving back to pass. Rolling to the right now. And the ball just comes out. It looks like he just lost control of the football. It's recovered by Westside. It won't matter. The half is over. It looks like he just lost control of the football. He was rolling to the right-hand side. The ball just popped free. Nobody was even close to him.
Wow, that was a weird play.
Yeah, recovered by number 32, Andrew Nielsen.
Yeah, looking at the Jumbotron, he was carrying it with his right hand, and it looks like it just flipped out of it on accident when he was looking for somebody down the field. So another missed opportunity for Elkhorn South, and that'll be the score here at halftime, 28-0. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside Mason Steinhoff and Connor Schmidt. And guys, what's your take here on this first half?
I mean, I think it's kind of what a lot of people expected it to be. You know, Westside was going to dominate, and ideally in the second half, Elkhorn South can kind of start putting up some offense. Maybe their defense starts making a few stops. But this first half was all Westside.
Yep. In all aspects of the game, Westside just taking over. Anthony Razak, really great runner on those design QB runs. And you're just winning the battle of the trenches.
It's going to be a question of whether or not Elkhorn South can make a stand and do something offensively. So that has been us here for the first half. There will be a break of about 22 minutes, and we will be back. There will be a timer on the screen, and that's when we'll start talking again and get ready for the second half. So come back then, but keep it here on Millard South Media. We're still going to have a great finish lined up and you do not want to miss it. So see you then. Us signing off. See you in 22 minutes. And welcome back to Millard South Media, here live at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. We present to you the Class A Championship, Westside versus Elkhorn South, and it's been all Warriors so far. 28-0 is the score, and they've been led by their quarterback, Anthony Rezex. 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground and a pick 6 already by Christian Jones. They have been great on both sides of the football. And when we look at this Elkhorn South team, they really just have got to find a spark. I'm joined up in the booth with Mason Steinhoff and Connor Schmidt. I'm Wilson Dittman. Well, Mason, what do you got?
Well, Westside has been in total control of this ballgame. And it's not just that they have the energy, just the players and coaches are overall doing their jobs to perfection like they have all season long.
And Connor, what have you seen out there in the first half, and how does Elkhorn South make this competitive?
I think if Elkhorn South wants to make this game competitive, they need to stop Westside's rush game. You know, they've rushed for 90 yards and 3 touchdowns already just in the first half. If Elkhorn South can kind of stop their rush attack, I think they might have a shot at coming back in this game.
Yep. Madden Riggs, of course, needs to play less sloppy. He had a pick 6 in that first half and some trouble holding on to the football in some instances.
Yeah, he had a fumble right at the end of the half that didn't really matter because clock expired. But just a sloppy fumble like you just said. So we'll see if he can turn it around. Westside will kick things off, so Elkhorn South will have an opportunity right off the gate to get on the scoreboard and make this thing competitive. Will Bowerly is the kickoff man for the Warriors. Gavin Shanahan and Brady Basket back to receive. The kick is off, and the second half is underway here at Memorial. The wind takes it all the way to the end zone. It is fair caught. So the Storm will start off at the 20-yard line, and that is where Madden Riggs, their quarterback, will lead the offense.
Madden Riggs just 2 for 10 in the first half, only 47 passing yards, 1 interception. Not a very good first half passing for Madden Riggs.
Yeah, really, he has got to get going, have some more confidence, and one of the reasons why he's not having a great day in the air is because of how great this defensive line has been, specifically R.J. Eckhart, who's got to the quarterback multiple times and has a couple TFLs to his name. First snap goes to Brady Basket in the running game. Cuts to the right-hand side, then gets met by Westside, not after he gets a gain of about 4.
Yeah, Brady Basket having a quiet first half, looking to get something going there. The offensive line for the Storm, led by Nebraska commit Ashton Murphy and Northern Illinois pledge Ben Gustafson, have got to put up a fight in that battle of the trenches against a loaded Westside defensive front.
Now a second down and 6 at the Storm's own 24. They give it right back to Basket again up the middle, and he'll be about 2 yards short of that line to get, which will set up a second down at 2 at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Bosquet just 10 attempts, only 18 yards rushing in that first half.
Resiliency is the key for the Storm if they want to make this game more interesting than it has been.
Already a big third down here in this second half. The Storm have got to keep their drive alive. You've got to also believe that every war is 4-down territory. Snap over to their quarterback. They'll give it to Bosque in the running game. He'll get the first down barely, and maybe a yard extra right up the middle.
Tackled by number 25, Theodore Rezac.
Rezac, the Notre Dame commit. And he's been all over this defense all year long. Almost had a pick earlier in this ball game. Absolutely jumped a route, but just fell off his hands. And this is a great defense, again, led by him and Caleb Benning. First down and 10. Right up the middle again to Bosque, now cutting to the right-hand side. Breaks a tackle, now cuts back in. It gets a gain of about 4. There is a flag after the snap. Looked like an Elkhorn South man fell. Maybe even perhaps a flop after the play that drawed that penalty that will likely go on Westside. Unnecessary roughness on the Warriors squad, so that is going to give Elkhorn South a first down and push them right towards midfield. We'll see where they end up marking this football. So they clearly move it all the way to midfield, actually into Westside territory.
Penalties, a common theme in this game.
So that will be marked at the 49-yard line of Westside. The Storm now encroaching upon the Warriors' end zone.
Yeah, Elkhorn South getting a lot of this yardage on offense from these penalties.
Yeah, the Warriors have really been sloppy today. I know the score doesn't reflect that, but that's not something we have not seen. And we're waiting for Elkhorn South to take advantage of it. First down and 10, they'll get out to the running back up the middle. gets a gain of about 1, and that's where he is met. Boskett really has had trouble on the ground today, but he is electric if he finds any holes. Second down and 9 now. Elkhorn South in Westside territory at the 48. It is of the utmost importance that they can go down and score points here on this opening drive, give them any sort of hope. Shotgun look, snap to Riggs, play action pass, rolling to the left, trying to find somebody. Surveying, now throws over to the sideline, off the hands of President Okafor, the defender for Westside, but drops down to the ground. Just a low ball. President Okafor went down for it. Lucky it's not picked off.
Yeah, and it looked like Riggs had Ethan Duda open a little underside the seam right there. Just didn't hit him, though.
Ethan Duda, a Nebraska walk-on commit, who's recently risen on this team, made quite some noise in their passing game. Just got to give him a better look there.
So now a 3rd down and 9. Play action pass. Riggs surveying the field. Now fires in the middle of it. Off the hands of a guy, and it's picked off by Caleb Benning. Now on the outside. And he gets into Elkhorn South territory at the 45. A drop by Elkhorn South, and it goes right into the hands of the Nebraska commit.
Caleb Benning trying to carry the legacy that his father, former Nebraska standout Damon Benning, once did. He's really physical on both sides of the football as a defensive back, as you just saw. And coaches like his overall aggressiveness. And I'm sure that's what Matt Rule spotted out very quickly about him during that recruiting process.
Yeah, that was just a great play. On a quick thinking, it went right off the hands of the Elkhorn South wide receiver. Looked like that was Ty Nielsen. And he caught it immediately and brought it back for about 10 yards. And now they'll have Elkhorn South territory. There is a player down for Elkhorn South right now.
Yeah, that was Caleb Benning's 6th interception of the season.
We're going to take a very quick break. It looks like there is perhaps a serious injury on the ground. So we're going to take a very quick break here on Millard South Media. So the player's still down for Elkhorn South. They're trying to get eyes on the number. Connor, did you see who it was?
I can't tell from here. They have too many personnel in the way, obviously attending to the player on the field.
Yeah, so looks like a serious injury. We wish him well. Yeah, he's been crowded around by about 10 people in the training staff of Elkhorn South.
Looks like, from what I can see now, it almost looks like it says number 3, which would be Madden Riggs.
Yep, and I think they're signaling to bring the stretcher out. Looks like
yeah, and it is number 3, Madden Riggs. So the quarterback is down for Elkhorn South. Again, serious injury. They're signaling for the stretcher. I think he has not moved. It looks like a serious injury. Of course, I don't think he's in any immediate harm. But clearly something is very wrong here. He went down immediately, and the stretcher is coming out. You hate to see this. Oh, my goodness. That is terrible. In the biggest game of this young man's life, to go down to injury, and of course, this does not look like a very good injury at all with the stretcher coming out. The star quarterback, man, this is a tough blow for him, his family, and the football team for Elkhorn South. So we'll keep you updated here. We'll keep it right here. Carson Ronner went down with injury earlier this year. He was their starting quarterback in the spring and the fall. Madden Riggs was their quarterback too. He recently took over. And he's been doing a great job to lead them to the state title. And we'll see who ends up trotting out here for quarterback 3. It does not look like Madden Riggs will be fit to return to the football field anytime soon. This is a scary scene at Memorial. Elkhorn South players getting down on one knee. The stretcher is getting applied right now to the quarterback, Man Riggs. And I'll say this about Man Riggs. He is one of the guys who, in Nebraska high school football, he has the most heart. He has the most passion. He plays the game the right way. He's a great kid. And this is again, terrible injury. We're not sure exactly what the injury is. Again, we just know the stretcher is down. He was not moving on the field. Luckily, no CPR was being done. He can breathe. Again, it's not a life-threatening injury, but obviously the fact that he is down on a stretcher right now, you hate to see that in the game of football. And he got hurt on his INT pass. The pass rush was getting there. I think he just got sandwiched by two Westside defenders. It was tackled awkwardly. That's the reason he went down.
Yeah, Madden Riggs undefeated as a starter this season.
And a guy who stepped up in a huge way after the injury of Carson Ronner. Guy who's really confident in his abilities as a player. And we're up here hoping that we can be confident that he gets the attention that he needs in the service.
Yep. So they've got him on the stretcher. I think now they're preparing to lift him up. Again, really scary scene here at Memorial Stadium. Prayers to him, his family, the Elkhorn South coaching staff and football team. Just not a sight you want to see here. The biggest game of this young man's career. Again, we'll keep it live here on Millard South Media as this progresses. Again, they're still getting the stretcher on him on the ground.
Yeah, it does not look like he's moved on his own at all since he went down.
And it's tough for both teams right now. Westside and Elkhorn South, they still got to stay warm, still got to prepare. But in the back of their hands, they're really hoping that their quarterback is all right. And I know a lot of Elkhorn South players are just on one knee, hoping he is okay.
Yeah, a lot of Westside players also down on one knee, showing the respect that these two teams have for each other.
So it looks like they're getting the final straps on him. Again, a crowd about 50 people's around him of personnel and people. Again, 28-0 is your score here. 9 minutes left to go in this one. Man Riggs is down on the field. Starting quarterback for Elkhorn South has been down for about 5 minutes now, after an INT where he got sandwiched in between two Westside players. Just a scary scene here at Memorial. Westside sideline is completely going to the end zone. I imagine they're warming up right now, trying to stay loose.
Same
thing with Elkhorn South. So like I just said about a minute or two ago, you've got to stay warm right now. You've got to stay loose. And Man Riggs has been down for 5 minutes. Again, it's a tough situation. You want to stay, in the back of your head, you're thinking about your quarterback, but you've also still have a football game to play. So, again, just a unique, scary situation here at Memorial.
They're moving Riggs onto the stretcher now.
Yeah, they've had a little bit of trouble. The stretcher's been down for a little while. They're just, again, trying to move him on there. again, have yet to really see a replay. I'm not sure we really want to see a replay of what happened. But he dropped to the floor immediately after the play was over. Trying to get more eyes on the situation. Again, really can't get a good view here from the press box. Again, a lot of people surrounding him, making sure he is okay, getting him on his stretcher.
It looks like they have a few people trying to communicate with him, but I can't quite tell from up here if that's what they're doing.
So he's, still on the ground. It looks like they're trying to talk to him. And I think he just lost consciousness even. Again, he's breathing. No CPR is being done. Again, just a scary scene. And now they lift him up.
Yep, they got the helmet off too.
Yep, helmet is off. And he is getting onto the wheels to take him off. So now onto the stretcher, onto what can be called the scooter to wheel him off. And again, just a scary scene. Elkhorn South players are surrounding him to show their support.
Riggs just gave a thumbs up as well.
Yep, just gave a thumbs up. That is something you absolutely want to see. He's getting a standing ovation from the Elkhorn South side. A couple Westside players came over to pat him and wish him good luck. But again, just something really terrible here at Memorial. In the biggest game of this young man's career, to go down and have this significant of an injury, it's unforeseen. It's completely sad. And we're, again, prayers to him, his family, the coaching staff, the fans, and the team there at Elkhorn South.
And I think it's definitely a kind of a breath of relief when he gave that thumbs up, especially for all the Elkhorn South players and all the Elkhorn South coaches.
Yep. So again, update to anybody just joining us. Madden Riggs went down about 10 minutes ago on the ground, was unresponsive at the start, perhaps unconscious. We don't want to speculate here on Millard South Media. Got immediate attention from the staff, and then was loaded onto a stretcher, and now is about to be wheeled off, is getting a lot of just high fives by the Elkhorn South players who are wishing him well and hoping that he can make a full recovery. Again, he now is responsive. No CPR was done, so that is a great sign. But again, scary scene, and now they are wheeling him off the field. But he did give a thumbs up to the crowd, like you said, Connor. But again, scary scene for the quarterback. Just a scary scene here at Memorial. Something we haven't seen. I've never seen this happen live. When you play the game of football, you never hope something like this would happen, and for this to happen in the pinnacle of this guy's career, it's terrible. It's terrible.
You know, I think most of what they were doing when they had him on the ground was they were trying to evaluate if it was a neck or spine injury to try and get that helmet off.
Absolutely. So he is off the field, and we wish him well. And both teams are retaking the field to get this one underway again. It will be interesting to see how Elkhorn South responds after seeing their quarterback down on the ground. But back to this one, Westside now takes over on offense after their INT. They get up to Jamez Ross right up the middle. Gets a gain of about 5, tripped up, now cutting to the left-hand side. Has room to run, 25, cuts into the sideline, down at the 20. So Jamez Ross makes a great play coming off of a long extended timeout and gets Westside near the red zone.
And number 9, Henry Pachaska, did a great job of running up behind him and getting him down to save the touchdown.
Westside going tempo. Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Rezak in at quarterback, they snap it to him. Gives off to Jamez Ross. He's rolling to the left-hand sideline. Gets a gain about 3 before he's drugged down by an Elkhorn South defender.
It was Ashton Murphy on the tackle, like we've said, one of the best defenders on this team.
It's a gain of 3 officially. Second down and 7 at the 18-yard line. Now in the red zone. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Rizak takes a snap, gives it off to Jamez Ross. Trying to cut to the right-hand side, only gets a gain of about 3. And I'll set up around a 3rd down and 4. So now officially a 2nd down and 4 at the 15-yard line. Elkhorn South trying to get a stop. Rizak takes the snap, gives it up to his running back Ross on the outside, cuts it to the right, and gets in for the touchdown. Jamez Ross, a great burst, and he gets in for his first score of the day.
And that play will put Jamez Ross over 100 yards rushing on the day, and like you said, his first score of the day.
Now, I'd like to say I talked to Jamez Ross when we were down on the field pregame, getting an interview with some of the players. Told him good luck, and I think that really motivated him to make that touchdown right there. You know, we have a little bit of jokes here in Millard South, but yeah. I did tell Jamez Ross good luck, and he said thank you. So, what can I say?
I think you're his good luck charm. Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm his good luck charm. PAT up and good. The lead is now 35-0 here at Memorial Stadium. 8 minutes left going in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back. Do not go away. Great finish ahead of us. Welcome back to Millard South Media. The score is now 35-0 after Jamez Ross went in for a touchdown. But the big storyline is not the score, it's what just happened on the field. Madden Riggs, quarterback for Elkhorn South, wheeled out on a stretcher. He was their quarterback too. It'll be interesting to see who comes out and plays quarterback for them going forward.
Yeah, I pulled up a replay on my phone. Madden Riggs got hit in the front and back at the same time. His helmet kind of got pushed up from the front defender into the back defender, and it looked like he just kind of hit the ground really hard after that as well.
Yeah, again, a scary sight. We're wishing him well. Now you've got to see what Elkhorn South could do, give themselves some confidence after one of their own went down. Kickoff goes straight to the end zone. It'll be fair caught, and Elkhorn South will start off at the 20. Now, looking at the Elkhorn South statistics, they have yet to have any other quarterback besides those two throw a pass. So whoever goes out there and lines up at quarterback will be completely brand new this entire year. We'll see. We'll get some eyes on that. I mean, who lines up. And we might even be in a situation where they don't have a quarterback to roll out there. But it looks like that will be number 15 who's going to come in at quarterback. That is number 15, Joseph Fitcher. So Joseph Fichter will be their quarterback, and he'll have his first snap of the year at quarterback in the state title. Snap goes to him. They get out to their running back, Shanahan. Shanahan cutting around the left-hand side, breaks one tackle, takes one with him, gets getting about 4. Tackle by Teddy Rizak, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 6 at the Storm zone, 24-yard line.
Yeah, interesting to see if they're going to have Joseph Fichtner pass the ball at all.
Yeah, how much trust do you have in your young quarterback? They'll just hand it off again to Shanahan, now cutting to the right-hand side. He'll be clear short of that first down marker, about 4 yards short, in fact. 2 yards on that run.
Yeah, Victor, 5'11", 165, just a sophomore right now for Elkhorn South.
So Elkhorn South probably going to stick to that run game because of the inexperience at the quarterback position now.
And you're really fighting a battle. Do you want to risk it with your brand new quarterback? I feel like you might have to. Everything's to get to your down 5 touchdowns. Do you want to be aggressive or, man, put your quarterback in a bad spot?
I mean, this is the game. I think you have to be aggressive no matter what you're doing.
So now a 3rd down and 4. Shotgun look. Trips to the far side. Motion pre-snap. Look at a jet sweep out to their man. And he throws the football down the field. Has a man open and overthrows him. They had a jet sweep to Luke Hawkinson, who proceeded to throw down the field to number 80 of Elkhorn South. That's Dylan Kingston. And he was wide open, streaking along that left-hand sideline. Just overthrows him.
Yeah, and that's a huge blow for Elkhorn South's offense because he had the defender beat by about 3 steps. So, I mean, if he catches that ball, he's gone for a touchdown.
So now 4th down and 4. The punting crew is on for Elkhorn South. A little bit of a questionable decision here. Your field position is not great, but sooner or later you've got to go for it. Punt will bounce to the 45-yard line. It's recovered by Caleb Benning. He's going to return it. Now into Elkhorn South territory. Cutting the left-hand side of the field, and he will be drug out of bounds at about the 42, 41-yard line of Elkhorn South. And that is where Anthony Rizak and this offense will take over, trying to extend their lead.
Yeah, good job making the tackle off the blocker by Zen Falquist. If he doesn't make that tackle, a lot of green in front of him.
It should be noted that we have running clock for the rest of this game as long as Westside is above 35 points. So that will be something to watch, something that not very expected. You can see on the sideline right now, there is a special appearance from Tristan Alvano and Jalen Lloyd, former Westside players. Back to this one. They give the handoff to Jamez Ross, and he gets a gain of about 3. But, yeah, Tristan Alvano and Jalen Lloyd on the sideline there, hoping their team gets another state title. This would be their 2nd straight.
And also hoping to possibly clinch a bowl game with the win over Iowa.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This Friday.
You'd love to see it.
That'll be a big one. I wish we were covering that game. This might be a little better here at Memorial. Rizak pulls it back and has a play-action catch to Trevor Spady. Gets the 1st down and marked at the 25-yard line.
One thing I've noticed is Rizak isn't dropping back very much. He's had a lot of quick throws right off the gun. And I think if Elkhorn South wants to kind of stop that, they need to start playing more zone defense up close. Yeah,
we talked about Westside a little bit earlier in their playbook. They have variations of every single play. Sometimes he tucks that and runs it. Sometimes he pulls it back and throws a slant over the field to Spady. And sometimes he just gives off to his running back. That's what makes their offense so lucrative. Same thing there. A little play action. Trevor Spady on the out route. And they get a gain of about 8, and he has been a one-man wrecking through. Trevor Spady leads the team in catches today, and he's been great.
Yeah, great job hauling that one in, too. Throwing a little to the outside, does a nice job of getting one hand on it and tucking it back in.
That'll be a 2nd down and 2. Westside still going tempo, potentially putting the death blow on Elkhorn South. Shotgun look. They'll get out to Jamez Ross. Gets the 1st down. Now cutting inside. 10-5. And he will be down right at that 5-yard line for a 1st down and goal. Man, he is shifty.
So Westside sticking to what has worked this matchup and all season long. The variety and variations of that play calling. Really creative.
Yeah, 4 rushing touchdowns on the day for Westside as well as the pick 6, obviously.
So 1st down and goal. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jamez Ross in the backfield, Anthony Rizak in at quarterback. Motion pre-snap, they'll go to the snap to Rizak. Looking to his left-hand side to pass, now rolling to his right. Plenty of time in the pocket, deciphering the defense. Makes one man miss, now throws it up in the end zone, and it'll be incomplete, just threw it away. Nobody was even near him, and he was about to be sacked, so good decision by Anthony Rizak to just fling that one away.
Yeah, and he almost shed that tackle. I think if he sheds that right there, he might instead use his legs and take off toward the end zone. But he will ultimately make the decision to throw it in the back corner.
Yeah, good job by the Elkhorn South defender to wrap him up. And now it'll be a second down and goal. Same look, 2 receivers to the left, 1 far right. Jamez Ross in the backfield. Perhaps they give it to him for a second touchdown of the game. They give the snap to Rezak, and yep, they give it back to Jamez Ross up the middle. Makes one man miss, now fighting for the end zone marker, and he will be a yard short. Officially marked at the 1.5 yard line. And that's where Westside will have third down and goal. And really, I think this play call is almost too obvious. Zone read right up the middle. Keep it with your quarterback, Anthony Rezak. Westside trying to put the death blow on Elkhorn South. They get up to Jamez Ross right up the middle, and he will fight and get in. Touchdown for Jamez Ross, the second of the game, and this one might be over here, Memorial. Westside taking it to the Storm defense.
Yeah, like you said, Wilson, that is just the death blow. I don't see how Elkhorn South has any chance of coming back from a 42-point deficit, especially with only 13 minutes left to play in the game.
And Elkhorn South is just going to try to play for pride at this point. Going to try to at least take a couple things that are positive away from this game.
PAT crew coming on the field. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up for Will Bowerly, and the kick is good. 42-0 is now your score here at Memorial Stadium, and it's been all Warriors. We're going to take a very quick break here on Millard South Media, and we will be back for the end of the third quarter. Welcome back here to Memorial Stadium. 42-0 is your score. It has been all West Side. And they are trying to punch their ticket to get their second straight Class A title and submit their resume as one of the greatest teams to ever play in Class A football. Will Bowerly to kick things off for the Warriors. The running backs for Elkhorn South, Gavin Shanahan and Brady Basket back to receive.
Westside has only given up 6 total points in the playoffs, and all of those points came in the first playoff game against Creighton Prep. So Westside looking to post their 3rd shutout in a row.
Yeah, they really handled Creighton Prep, Bellevue West, and Millard West on their road to Memorial, and they're doing just that here right now. Return by Elkhorn South. He has room to run, and he'll be down at the 40-yard line. Really good return by Gavin Shanahan, who just had plenty of room to run right up the middle. Kind of a lapse in coverage from the Westside Special Teams unit. And remember, the clock is running for the remainder of this game besides timeouts and scores. Due to mercy rule being intact, if a team is more than 35 points, the clock will run.
Yeah, unless Elkhorn South can put up 2 touchdowns soon here, the clock will just run out through the rest of the game.
Joseph Fichtner now in at quarterback for the injured Madden Riggs. He takes a snap, gives off to his running back. Nope, he keeps it himself. He'll get a gain of about 2. Excuse me, that was not Fichtner. That was Brady Boskett in at a little bit of a wildcat. Ten seconds left to go in this third quarter. I doubt Elkhorn South will take another snap. Westside is holding up the 4s, and both teams walking to the sideline. Clock hits 0 here at Memorial Stadium, and that will do it for the third quarter. Do not go away. We have an exciting finish ahead of us. A Class A title champion will be crowned in a matter of time, so do not go away. The celebration will start for one of these teams, and I think we know which one it is. So do not go away, and we'll be right back for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Millard South Media. The fourth quarter about to get underway. It's been all the Westside Warriors. 42-zip is your score against Elkhorn South. And it's been the Anthony Rizak show. He's been all over this football game with a pair of touchdowns, along with Jamez Ross, who has 2 on the ground. Man, I mean, it's been a clinic offensively, defensively, on special teams. It's hard to get more dominant than what Westside's been today.
Nothing but a big, giant cherry on top to end the season for Westside.
They were confident going into this year after being crowned state title champs over Gretna in 2022, and they have lived up to all the hype and more. Both teams getting set. Elkhorn South has the football at their own 42-yard line. Brady Basket is in at quarterback, kind of as a wildcat. He takes the snap and goes right up the middle. So that is an interesting strategy. Of course, Madden Riggs went down with injury earlier in this football game. They put in the unexperienced quarterback, Joseph Fickner, only for one drive, and now they just opt to have Brady Basket play quarterback in the Wildcat.
Yeah, you have to wonder if they're going to pass it all. They're going to dig deep in the playbook, kind of on a trick play like they were trying to do earlier. But honestly, I don't foresee them passing it all. They'll probably just run the ball a bunch just to kind of drain this clock out.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts. I don't think they will be used, though. 3rd down and 7, Elkhorn South at their own 43. Now Fickner is in the ball game. He'll take the snap. Going to pass, rolling right, fires up. Incomplete, almost intercepted by Westside. Kind of a jump ball. President Okafor almost got his hands on it.
And man, was he facing the pressure from that Westside defensive front.
Decision time once again for Elkhorn South, and they have yet to go for it all game long. You're down 6 touchdowns right now, and they're just not even going to try. Punting crew comes on. They're figuratively waving the white flag, and they don't want this thing to get ugly.
Yeah, and I don't like this decision to punt. At some point, you gotta just go for it and play for some pride, you know.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Good stop to the punter. It's a low kick. Take a bounce at the 25-yard line. Now inside the 15. Caleb Benning picks it up and goes out of bounds right around the 18, and that's where Westside will take over. It'll be interesting to see whether or not the starters stay on the field for Westside or whether Anthony Rizak's career is done for the Warriors.
If they're out now, I think they'll for sure come back for the last drive. You know, you got to let your starters finish out the last drive in the championship game.
Absolutely. Trying to get a view of it. Yep, it looks like the starters will come out once again. Anthony Rizak leads his troops on for another drive.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see a lot of him. I don't foresee the Warriors throwing the ball too much.
Gives a snap to him, dropping back to pass. Fires to Caleb Benning along the right-hand side. Gets a first down and more. Breaks a tackle and carries the man with him to the 38. Under 10 minutes left to go in this one. Running clock for the rest of it. Westside trying to put the cherry on top to a phenomenal season and maybe put one more score on the scoreboard. Jamez Ross out of the ball game, replaced by Brady Gock in at running back. Rizak will drop back to pass. Screen pass over to wide receiver. Caleb Benning lowers his shoulder and gets out of bounds at the 45. 2 straight plays, 2 catches by Caleb Benning along the outside, and they've been successful. Another first down. Ball now at the 48-yard line of Westside. And this Warrior, you think sooner or later they just run up the middle, but they're staying aggressive. They want more.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Shotgun look, 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Rizak, another screen pass. This one over to Christian Jones. He has plenty of room to run the outside and gets drug out of bounds. Great play was made by the defensive back over there who just got off his block by Caleb Benning to force him out. Riley Hodgins was that man.
And they ran essentially the same play 3 plays in a row, and Elkhorn South didn't stop it a single time.
Now in Elkhorn South territory at the 41-yard line. Rizak takes a snap, going to draw back to pass. Playing time in the pocket, now fires deep down the field. Jump ball, and it's caught. Caught by Westside. That's Caleb Benning. at the 10-yard line. Just went up on a ladder, mossed a man, and they're now in the red zone.
That also looked like it could have been picked off by the Elkhorn South defender there, but a great job for the Westside receiver to come over the top and bring in the catch.
And Caleb Benning's not a very big wide receiver, only 6 feet tall, but he went up. And he plays basketball too, showed that incredible vertical. And Westside's driving now.
Yeah, Riley Hodges got his hands on it. Couldn't quite secure the pick, though.
Shotgun look for the offense of Westside. Burdigock in the backfield. Anthony Rizak still in at quarterback. Another screen pass. This one over to Caleb Benning again on the right-hand sideline, and he will dive for the pylon, and he's in. The finishing touches on this one. Caleb Benning scores in perhaps his last touchdown as a Warrior, and the lead is extended 48-0 here in Lincoln, Nebraska. It has been the Caleb Benning show.
Caleb Bennington, a player of great savviness, knowledge. He makes good adjustments.
PAT is up and good for Will Bowerly. The lead is now extended 48-0. The clock will stop at 7 minutes, 11 seconds. And this one is all but over, but stay tuned. We'll have post-game coverage. We'll talk about this game and a special message from Millard South Media. Do not go away, though. We will be here for the conclusion of this one. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. 7 minutes left on the clock in this one. Elkhorn South set to receive. And the special teams for Westside going to kick this one off. Will Bowerly will do the job. Guys, I mean, what have you seen out there? Complete domination by Westside. What's the storyline?
Westside, a team that in all aspects of the game completely dominate. They're just doing what they've done all season long.
And I feel like I reiterate myself when talking about Westside. You hear the same words, dominating, over and over again, and that's really what they are. This is one of the best teams we've ever seen in the state of Nebraska. They're proving it today.
Yeah, every single point proves just how good they are. It proves just how much better they are than the other Class A teams.
Yeah.
Will Bowerly set to kick this one off at the 40-yard line and gets the win. It's a squib kick. It hits a Elkhorn South man, and Westside gets under it. Perhaps just accidentally hit an Elkhorn South man, but Westside gets on top of it. That was crazy.
Wow, that's just something you don't see every day.
And I don't think Guy Rosenberg on the Elkhorn South sideline is very happy about it. I think he thought that was intentional, that you cannot do that when you're up this much points to go for something like an onside kick. But that drilled one of the front men on the Elkhorn South special teams, and Westside just got under it. That thing rolled about 15 yards. And Westside's going to take over and Elkhorn South territory at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, watching the replay of the kick, it doesn't quite look intentional, just the way he kicks it. It looks like he was trying to just kind of do a squib kick over the top of the Elkhorn South special teams.
So now the offense for Westside will retake the field. Rizak is still in the game. All the starters are on. He takes a snap, draws it back, play action pass, completes it to Keenan Cotton on the left-hand sideline for about 9 yards.
And I think they're happy with Jamez Ross's stat line. Now they're trying to boost up Anthony Rizak's a little bit. Obviously, he has those 2 interceptions, and he has the 2 rushing touchdowns, now the 1 passing touchdown after that last drive.
Yeah, Jamez Ross has not been in the game for about 2 drives now. The offense starters are still on, but he seems to be out for the game, and he's been great. They give the handoff this time to Burdigock right up the middle, fighting for that first down marker, and he'll get there in about 1 yard more. Reminder, the clock will not stop for the rest of this one. Mercy rule is intact unless there is a timeout or a score. Ball marked at the 29-yard line of Storm. And there it is. It looks like Anthony Rizak checks out of the game for the very last time. He's getting dapped up on the sideline by the coaching staff. of the Warriors, and just a phenomenal career. They give a handoff to Brayden right up the middle. He gets the first down and piling his way inside the 10. Ball is out last second, but he will go down at the 8-yard line, about a 20-yard run on the ground. Trying to see who is in that quarterback. That is Quentin Warren, the freshman. Or excuse me, that's a sophomore for Westside, a guy they have high hopes for. He is now in at quarterback.
Brody Gach is putting the finishing touches on his final game as a senior.
Shotgun look, snap to Warren. They give him right back to Gach up the middle, and he gets in for a touchdown. Westside extends their lead here in Memorial, and then will finally do it with 4 minutes left to go.
That is our sixth rushing touchdown of the day.
Westside just running up the score at this point.
Domination on all sides of the ball.
And there's only one word I can think of when I look at Elkhorn South, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate, flabbergasted. There's nothing you could do. Again, their spirits are high going to this game, coming off of the upset against Millard South, but sooner or later, you just don't have enough talent, especially compared to this Millard South, or excuse me, this Westside team. So 56-0 is your score with 4 minutes left to go in this one. Will be interesting to see the philosophy of Elkhorn South win on offense. You're going to stay aggressive, try to put any points on the scoreboard, or go conservative and let this one die, and then we'll have the celebration intact for the Warriors.
You know, it almost seemed like Elkhorn South defensively kind of game planned for Westside's passing game. You know, Rezak had 29 passing touchdowns on the season coming into this game, and the rushing attack was still good, but not as good as the passing attack for Westside. So it kind of just seems like Elkhorn South wasn't ready for what Westside planned for this game.
Absolutely. And Paul Lamongi, the coach for Westside, he's been here a couple times with Burke, and now this will be a second title with Westside. And man, he has been phenomenal. One of the greats all time in Nebraska high school coaching. He has his name in the Mount Rushmore with this win. Both teams taking the field for perhaps the last kickoff of this game. Westside ready to boot this one off. Ball at the 40-yard line. Will Bowerly will do the job. Gavin Shanahan and Brady Basket back there to receive. And this Westside student section in all black today, the blackout, they are ready to celebrate. You can hear some chants starting. And on the Elkhorn South side, they're thinning out a little bit. Some faithful are still left, though, to support their team. And those are the real ones. Those are the people who wait till the end, win or lose. And those are the people who hopefully see some more winning later down the line. A little bit of a squib kick goes up to the 10-yard line, returned by Brady Basket up the middle. Now cutting to the left-hand side. Has some room to run at the 30, 35, still up, and he'll be down at the 42. So good return there by Brady Basket.
Yeah, we've seen this the entire game. You know, Basket has kind of just gotten all the way up around midfield. Honestly, he's gotten past the 40 multiple times on these kick returns, but the Elkhorn South offense obviously just hasn't been able to capitalize on any of these returns.
Now under 4 minutes left to go in this one. We'll have to see the Storm philosophy on offense. Again, their quarterback went down earlier. Madden Riggs not back in this ball game. They have an unexperienced quarterback who has not thrown a pass before this game in. And that is number 15, Fickner. Run to the left-hand side, loses one on the play. It's now second down and 11.
Ball was carried by Jaden Sutko.
And that's their third string running back. You've got to think now it's about time to put in the seniors. You know, thank you for contributing to this program and give them their moment to shine.
Yeah, if you're Elkhorn South's offense, I mean, personally, you kind of have to draw something up here to at least make a push downfield, give you something to kind of feel a little bit better about before this game's over.
Yep, on the bus ride home. Second down and 10. Jet sweep has a little bit of trouble with it on the right-hand side. Cuts it a little bit back in and gets a gain of 2.
Had trouble getting out of one of his linemen's way.
Yeah, Ty Nielsen there on the jet sweep. Kind of got ran into by his own man. Nothing was downfield, and that's been the story of the game. Nothing there.
Yeah, bad decision to cut it back inside. He had a little more room on the outside. If he would have taken it up, he might have gotten a few extra yards off that play.
3rd down and 9 now. Elkhorn South taking their time. Westside, some celebration already starting on their sideline. They're ready to celebrate. Shotgun look, trips to the near side. They'll give it off to Nielsen. Don't fake it to him. Gives it up to Sutko up the middle. Gets tackled on that red Nebraska logo midfield, but he'll be about 3 yards short of the 1st down marker. Clock is now under 2 minutes. 4th down decision here. They have yet to see him go for it. The punter is not on the field, so it looks like, yep, they will indeed go for it. They take out their quarterback. They're going to have Brady Basket be their Wildcat. And perhaps we see some trickeration in what looks like Elkhorn South's last snap of the season on offense. Brady Basket in at quarterback and somewhat of a full house package. He keeps himself right up the middle, trying to find a hole, fighting for that 1st down marker. It'll be close. They have yet to have a signal. It's right there at that 48-yard line in Westside territory. It'll all depend on the spot. They might even bring out the chains.
Yeah, it looked like both line judges, one marked him short, one marked him ahead, so I think they're definitely going to bring the chains out on this.
It looks like they marked him a little bit short. And, yep, that will be it. Elkhorn South does not get it. They don't even bring out the chains. And Westside, it's their time to celebrate. Clock is running. It will be one final knee, and they will do it. Just a phenomenal game by this Westside team. Refs let them go. 30 seconds left in this one. Rezek in there, and he will knee it down. 28 seconds left. There will not be another snap, and this one is over. We have a new dynasty in Class A. Westside wins their 3rd state title in 4 years, and they are champions once again.
And like we've said nonstop, Wilson, this Westside team, one of the best teams to ever play the game, one of the best all time, and they proved it with a Class A state championship in their hands now. The play calling, tempo control, clock management, and overall efficiency was nothing but spot on, bunch of perfection.
Just a complete dominant performance. The clock officially hits 0 now, and it is time for everybody to celebrate. The Westside students are getting ready to celebrate with their team along the sideline. Fans are cheering. The parents are excited. And this caps off a phenomenal career for the Rezak brothers, for Caleb Benning. And, man, there's going to be a lot more. There's a lot of young players on this Westside team. This is a team that will be around for a long time to come. And they cap off a perfect season, 13-0, with a state title. Again, if you're just joining us here for this postgame show, I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my color commentators, Mason Steinhoff and Connor Schmidt. And I'll start with you, Connor. I mean, what's the storyline today? What did you see out there? I mean, the scoreboard says it 56-0, dominant.
Yeah, I feel like you guys would say it's the defense. I'm talking about the offense for a little bit, though. 6 rushing touchdowns, 1 pass touchdown. Honestly, an outstanding performance from them this game. You know, Rezak had 2 rushing touchdowns. Same thing as Rossi also had 2. They just dominated in the rush game. I think that was honestly their offensive key to success, and that's why they won this game.
And then going to you, Mason, what did you see out there? Elkhorn South held scoreless.
I just think Elkhorn South is unmatched when you look at Westside. Westside, just has all that D1 talent on pretty much every position. It's just unbelievable, and I'm astonished, inspired and wowed by the Warriors. And I also like to send my praise, to Madden Riggs, who went down with a serious injury earlier in the 3rd quarter. We all hope he gets more than enough medical attention that he needs.
Yeah, that was a scary situation, so absolutely prayers to him and his family. But, yep, that'll do it here for us at Memorial Stadium, and that'll do it for us as the Millard South media crew for football season. It's been a pleasure bringing to you Millard South football all year long, and we've had the absolute privilege to come here and broadcast these games live at Memorial Stadium. We're here in the press box over top of Memorial Stadium, a great view. We can see downtown Lincoln, everything. It just doesn't get better than this. This is such a cool opportunity. I'd like to thank the NSAA for allowing us to come up here broadcast these games. It's just been phenomenal the last 2 days. So thank you for that. And, I mean, this is an opportunity that a lot of us have never had and probably might not ever have again. So just really cool. I'd like to thank everybody who's helped out with the broadcast over the last couple of days. Of course, me, Mason, and Connor right now on the call, but we've also had Brayden Schmieding behind the scenes being our producer for every single game. Brayden's done a great job. Jonathan Spieler, who called and has produced. James Kramer, who's on the call and has live tweeted. And Nick Brajas, who is now on the ground taking some photos for us. So really like to thank everybody who has helped us out, along with Dylan Pelster, of course, who's right over there, who called with us for C1 and C2. So we've had alumni come back. We've had current students come back for this game. So really, really cool to really bring everybody back, have a little bit of reunion. So this has been such a cool opportunity. Really grateful. Got anything to add, Mason?
Yep, and with Thanksgiving around the corner, I'm just really thankful for the ability to do all this.
So that'll be it. Us signing out. Mason, say the line. I know it's not a Millard South game, but say the line.
Roll Pats.
Roll Pats, baby. That's us signing off here at Memorial Stadium for the last time. See you for basketball season in about a week. It's coming up quick. That is us signing off for the last time in Lincoln, Nebraska. See you very soon.